Hi, this is Stacia, and we're going to look at a training game that I played on chess.com as part of my effort to climb to 1800. So, started this game at my peak rating, I'm happy to say, of 1743, and I had to face somebody tough this game, rated 1790. Well, actually, if you're astute, you can see the ratings. But okay, let's go ahead and look at the game. Oh, I need to do analysis. Okay, I won't do self-analysis then. I'll do normal for this one. Okay, let's look at this game because I'm very curious about it. I played 1e4 as I always do, and he played knight to c6. So this is something strong players do, I notice, is they usually have like their main repertoire, and then they have a bunch of like weird moves they can play if they want to screw with you. So this is not this is a move that I would expect to see if I was playing like a FIDE master or an international master. They often do things like this. They don't go into my main things. So I played d4, which I was pretty sure was the best move. And then I expected d5. So I definitely considered taking the pawn, and in hindsight, I wish I would have. Instead, knight c3, this is fine. It's a little more complicated. Okay, e6. Now we have like the French pawn structure, but his knight is on c6 blocking his pawns, and my knight's on c3 like a Winnow French. So I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't know these positions. But I played knight to f3. I see it's a book move. He went knight f6. And here I thought I could trade and play bishop b5 and play it like a French terrace, but I don't see that in the computer eval. So, but I played here. Apparently this is a, well, yeah, we're just in a French defense now. So wow, that's definitely something I learned from this game, is that in this Nimzowitsch defense, they're aiming to play d5, and if they go e6, you're going to have a French structure. So with that in mind, I do not think I'll go knight c3 next time, but what could I do? I actually want to tackle this really quickly. So if I go here and they go d5, I guess I could play e5. That would be the normal French line, right? So I'm going to consult the opening book. Like e5 and their knight is here. So I actually kind of like this. Oh, they would play it like a Caro-Kann. Okay, I think I'm kind of okay with this though. I would likely go, let's see. Well, they're saying c3 here. e6. Okay, knight f3 and f6, early f6. I would take that probably. Wow, they say don't take it. Computer says bishop to f4. Defending. So this is a little different than a French defense then, because in the terrace variations I play, you always take. There's really not much exception. And I see the computer likes this move. Given that the bishop's outside the chain, this is more annoying. So yeah, I would much rather play this position. I actually kind of know what to do here. I could figure it out. I've played both sides of this position, so okay. Well, actually, mainly I've played the black side of that position. So that is definitely a flashcard for me on what to do against the Nimzo defense next time. Okay, although I think taking the pawn and allowing the queen to come to d5, I also don't mind that so much. All right, so it looks like the first inaccuracy I played was this, bishop to b5. Yeah, and I was feeling impatient here. So that's probably why I played it, which is not a good reason. What should I do? Let's look. Bishop to d3 makes some sense. Safeguarding the e-pawn. I think pushing the e-pawn also makes some sense. Computer wants to take on f6. Okay, I did not consider that move. But if we take on f6, I kind of get it. Because if they take back with the bishop, we play e5 with tempo. Wow, computer doesn't even care about that. It wants bishop b5 now. I guess I don't understand chess. I would expect this move. Now e5, right? No. Now e takes d5. Okay, why? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Maybe we're going to play down the e file. No, it's as simple as this. We're going to grab the pawn. That all was a pawn grab? Is that what that was? The knight's defending the pawn. The pawn's attacked twice. So we play bishop e5 to force this move, to block the queen, and then we do a pawn grab. That's what that was. Okay, I'm not that hungry for pawns. If you guys know me, and you do, or you don't. But I gambit a pawn every game, so I'm not going to go out of my way to win a pawn like that. Although it's an interesting idea. Okay, but I played here. Yeah, and this is why that move is a mistake, because he can now win a pawn. Yeah, this happened. This is not a case where I have any compensation. Knight to e4 is generally a good move. He also took a center pawn. So I took there first just to give him double pawns at least, and then take the bishop, because what else? He took, and now what to do? You know, if I take the knight and he takes back, it's kind of annoying because this pawn will attack my knight. So that's a tempo move. So takes, and this is attacked. And if I jump in here, which is most natural, I actually thought there might be queen b4 check. You know, so if queen b4 check, he could also grab the b pawn. So let's see if that's correct. Computer likes knight takes e4, but I thought this, it says, okay, knight e5. Is there this check? It's one of the top 3 moves, but the computer prefers development. It likes c5 and it likes bishop b7 the best. So I was worried about this move, which is basically a fork. But it says no worries, queen d2. Okay, and if they take here, I guess here, you know, now black's getting a little bit greedy. So they're 2 pawns up, but I can now castle next move, rook b1. Now I'm going to get an initiative, not to mention I'm attacking this right now. These pawns are doubled. So I guess I have some compensation, although black is better here. But black was better before that exchange too. So it was in this position here. I did decide to take the knight. So it turns out that queen d3 is the best move, which I'd like to understand. I think I'm just preparing knight takes knight. That's what that move is. And I'm saying, you can take my knight if you want, but with my queen on d3, I'm going to take back and be on this. So that's what that is. All right, but I did do this, and I played knight to d2, which is fine, apparently. Queen b4 is the move. But he played this move, bishop to a6. Stopping me from castling. Good opponent. I like the way he's playing. All right, so I thought maybe I could block with the pawn, c4. So computer doesn't like this. Knight b3. You know, the knight is often awkward on b3. But here we're playing it to go knight c5, I think. And to stop c5. But I could take the pawn. Could also take the pawn. Pure disagrees. All right, the top move here is actually queen h5. Oops. White playing queen h5. Now, why is that? I actually don't know. I don't know. But I have a feeling that we're going to this square or something like that. Because I don't see like a big attack. It's just the queen. So I have a feeling this is a maneuver. Which with the queen, you can do long range maneuvers like this. So I think it's what they call a billiard shot. Grandmasters call it that. But okay, I played c4. I mean, I want a castle. The pawn's defended, and I thought I might go here. So, because, well, I don't know. I liked my plan. I thought I might go here, attacking the bishop, and when he goes here, I'll go here. And then the bishop isn't so good anymore. That's what I was thinking, but... Okay, so he played rook to d8, so apparently that's a mistake. Queen b4 is correct. Attacking the pawn again, I would go b3 there. Now it says castle's queenside is like winning for black. What? Castle's queenside is winning for black. Yeah, I guess I don't understand chess. Well, they are going to take the d pawn. Oh, I get it, actually. If I castle, they're going to take the d pawn. My knight's pinned, and there's no defense. That's not that hard. Yeah. Rook takes d4, the computer says. The knight is already pinned and attacked. Black wins. How annoying is that? Wow, there's seriously no way out of this. Wow. So castling queenside is really just a way to put the rook on d8 in this case. Instructive. But in the game, he played rook to d8, which the computer doesn't like. And I did find the best move, queen a4. I mean, it looks pretty natural, doesn't it? I'm attacking the bishop. I'm attacking this pawn. If I take that, I get check. And then maybe I can take this. That's what I was hoping for. I thought if bishop e7, then I'll play c5. All right, so he played bishop e7, which is okay, I guess. Computer wants to grab the pawn right away. I played this move, which it hates. So it says you should either take material or you should castle. End of story. Yeah, I'm not going to grab that pawn, I don't think. Not yet. But I played this move just to block the bishop in. I figured I'm never going to play d5. But My D pawn will be eternally weak. So I think the computer's saying you're going to lose your D pawn. So C5 is not a good move. All right, well, I should have castled then. I think castling is... I thought if I castled, he would go F5, and I just want to see... The computer says F5, queen takes A7, and bishop to C8. White's slightly better. Wow. Am I even down a pawn? I guess I grabbed the A pawn, and now I have a queenside majority. Actually, I have a passed A pawn. So F5 is just too slow, apparently. All right, in the game, let's go back. In the game, he played queen G5, and I really like that move for him. This actually was really challenging to me. Okay, he's attacking G2. So, okay, no problem, I'll castle. Except for one thing. He would take the knight. The knight is guarded by the king on E1. So queen G5 stops me from castling. It makes me want to castle and stops me from castling at the same time. So that's rough. So I played here because I felt like I had no choice. The computer does list this move. Wow, it wants to castle. All right, you've got to be kidding me. How could we possibly... No, it doesn't want a castle. What does it want? Oh, it wants a castle the other way. It wants this. Now the rook guards the knight. It's just so hard to play this way. Because this is not natural. Black's still better here. But the computer's just saying, like, this makes the best of a bad situation. Because now if black wants to take the pawn, go right ahead. We'll take a pawn too. We're attacking the bishop. And if they go bishop to C8, we'll just take. So, okay then. But I didn't even consider castling that way. Instead, I played this move, G3. Okay? And right after I played G3, I was like, ooh, queen D5 looks good. and it is. I mean, he's attacking my weak pawn, and... Well, I could go knight to B3, and I probably should. Yeah, now I see the computer wants that move. But I felt like it was a little too passive. So I castled instead. He took. But now I had an idea. I took here. So idea is he could take my knight if he wants. He didn't. But if he takes my knight, I would take his bishop. And now I'm on this. That will be check, and I'm on this. And he's on this, but I feel like since his king isn't castled yet, this might be okay for me, and that is correct. So the computer says he could castle, and black's only slightly better. All right, but in the actual game, so he took there, I took there, and then he played bishop to A8. Now the computer doesn't like this move either. It says black's only slightly better now. But my knight is hanging, so I should probably do something about that. And I decided to play rook F to D1. He finally castled. Surprised the computer doesn't like that. It felt strong during the game. It says E3. Oh, I was looking at this move. E3. If I take, it's check. And then I never win the pawn. And then my f pawn's also gone. And with g3 in, that makes this extra strong. Okay, yes, I approve. That is a good move. That is a good move. And I have to react because my knight's attacked. If I move my knight, they take with check. Yeah, I like e3 a lot. That's a pretty nice move. All right, but instead, he castled. And I grabbed a pawn. Computer hates it. It wants e3. E3 is winning, apparently. But he took here. So it's saying missed win. And now, well, I grabbed the pawn because what else? Wow, I'm kind of sad. I didn't even see this other move. Grabbing a pawn just looks so natural, you know? It's like, ooh, I finally get this pawn. I've been wanting to grab this pawn the whole game. And yay, it's time to grab the pawn. No, knight c4 is correct. Attack the queen, threaten to come into d6. And we're not worried about the pawn anymore. Wow. Hard to see. Hard to see, but okay, I took the pawn. But I am equal here now. Okay, so he traded. I think he has to. Queen c2. Now, this end part of the game, this is the hard part for me. I felt like I have a decent position here, right? I got my pawn back. The bishop on a8 is total garbage. And, well, I found an idea that I thought was really interesting. Wow, computer actually likes it. Rook d8. I wonder where I went wrong. Wonder where I went wrong because yeah, I actually didn't see this next move, okay? So I'm going to tell you what I saw. I thought if he tries to check me here, I'll take his queen. So that wins. If he checks me here, I will go here. He has no checks, and he's in a lot of trouble because I'm threatening to take and then checkmate him. So, computer wants queen to d2 here, which queen to d2, what? Yeah, I don't know what black should do. Well, I actually think black should maybe go g6. What's wrong with g6? Oh, I see what's wrong with that. There's a knight check too. So if g6, we are going to take. And it says knight to d6 leads to mate. Okay, I didn't see this, but that attacks this pawn. You guys agree? Not so easy to defend at all. So king g7, I would definitely take. And then after here, what do we do now? Well, at the very least, I have this check, and then I win the bishop, at the very least. So that would all be winning. So that is what I saw. Actually, not that much. But I saw that. I saw that after queen c1 check, I'm winning. He played queen b1 check, which I missed. I can't believe I missed this move. But important difference. He's still threatening the knight. And if I go king g2, he can take the knight with check. And I do not have time. I was hoping for this. I was hoping for take. Oops. Takes. Checkmate. That would be nice. But instead, this happened. Now it says it's even. It's a draw. Wow. I did not know it was a draw. I thought I was losing here. I seriously thought I was losing here. Trying to remember why. Well, I just lost a knight. That's one reason. But I also thought he could play g6 now. All right, so it says king g1, which I didn't play. I played this move. Wow, I thought that was the only try. This is definitely the part of the game that I need to make a flashcard of. So apparently I could play here. And yeah, I have a huge threat. Now, if he goes g6 here, this is what I want to know. If he goes g6, takes, check. Yeah, the point is I win my piece back. That's the point. Wow. I'm just kind of disappointed in myself. Now, I was in time pressure, but it wasn't that bad. I had 2 minutes. I should be able to see this. Instead, I played f3, which I knew is not correct. I knew that. But I was hoping that I was just hoping that I would escape the checks, play rook takes rook, and win. But it doesn't go that way. Instead, he grabs a pawn. Now I take, but guess what? Good pawn to grab. He's protecting the rook. So he took, which I saw coming. I just didn't know what else to do. So I resigned. So I lost some of my points, unfortunately. So I started the day with 1739. I broke my high. I went to 1743. And now I'm back down to 1736. But I'm very close to my best rating ever, and I do feel like my chess is improving. So we'll see what the coming weeks have to offer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.